Hey, what's up, guys? How y'all doing today? Well, if you are Sean Diddy Combs, baby, you are doing everything in your power to beat this case. And some people said that you was even sacrificing birds, chickens, doing Santeria. Now, listen, when I first heard that, I said, really? That seems a bit much. And that's saying a lot considering who the diddler is. But Shyne's documentary just dropped. Shyne actually gave an interview. Shyne said that Diddy was sacrificing birds and whatnot before that trial where him and Diddy went to trial and JLO got off. Now, a lot of people literally shrugged it off, but you know, your girl had to do a little bit of digging. And guess what? There might be some truth to this because get this, around that time, Diddy, Jennifer Lopez's ex said that she was in the Santeria, right? And that she sacrificed birds and stuff to save their marriage. And get this, a report just dropped last week that Ben Affleck is afraid that Jennifer Lopez is cursing him or putting a hex on him by doing that Santeria. Now, baby, this is not to go in on Santeria or whatever it is. This is to say Diddy is out of his mind. And if you don't think he ain't doing some type of blood ritual with them rats and roaches in his jail, baby, you got another thing coming. When we said that Diddy actually might be one of the devil's disciples, little did we know he's trying to get some type of blood sacrifice to go home. On top of that, remember that tattoo that was on the back of his back that everybody was like, oh my God. And I was like, yo, I talked to all my Haitian tattletales and they said that is the patron saint of the protector of women and children. The only thing is, they said Diddy played himself by putting that on his back because that patron saint be going in to protect by any means necessary. They said Diddy basically did a reverse Uno card and brought bad juju on himself. But I remember Diddy's team was like, what are you talking about? That's the Virgin Marian child. It's a black Virgin Marian child. And I said, how many times you gonna let this man spit in our face and tell us it's raining? But it looks like Shyne is here to say, yeah, that ain't the Virgin Mary on his back, just like we said. We know what the Virgin Mary looked like. Anyway, get that. So TMZ is reporting this, and it's a little wild, but TMZ is reporting this, and we got to get into it. Okay, so TMZ is saying that Diddy sacrificed a bird before Shyne case verdict. This is the bodyguard's new claim. Diddy performed a bird sacrifice hours before he was acquitted on all charges related to the infamous 1999 club shooting of Shyne, at least according to Diddy's former bodyguard. Now, let me just say this. We've been saying for a while that Diddy, when he be talking about love, God, one love, we're like, okay, but what God are you pointing to? The one above or the one below? And don't hit me with there's only one true God. Diddy don't believe that. Clearly, he was going before. How did you do a bird sacrifice? How did you do a bird sacrifice in hopes, right? In hopes of beating a case. And guess what? It worked. They said the story, as told by a new Hulu documentary about Shyne, goes like this. Diddy was on his way to court to learn the verdict in his shooting case, where he had his driver make a pit stop in Central Park. Now, let me just say, Jennifer Lopez, there have been a lot of people, including her first husband, that said that she's into this crazy stuff. So I'm just saying, maybe she taught Diddy this stuff. And this ain't to take accountability away from Diddy. This is also to say, Jennifer, what else are you doing? Somebody check Jennifer's basement. They said a man was waiting, and when Diddy approached the guy, Diddy dropped to his knees and smoke started swirling around Diddy. The bodyguard, Gene Dill, thinks the burning substance was sage. He says the guy appeared to have a Bible as he started praying and placing his hands on Diddy before telling Diddy to grab a white bird from a cage. Diddy threw the bird in the air and it dropped to the ground like a brick. The bodyguard says that was the end of the ritual and the bird was dead and Diddy walked away. Hours later, Diddy was acquitted of attempted bribery and weapons possession charges, a huge relief considering he was staring down 15 years if convicted. Now, listen, a lot of people thought Uncle Gene was putting 20 on 10. We actually did a great interview with Big Uncle Gene. Please go check it out, right? But y'all, we actually found the actual tapes. Oh, okay, not the actual tapes, but you get what I'm saying, right? We found the smoking gun on what really is going on. Get this, Ben Affleck is said to be spooked. This is directly from In Touch Weekly, October 13, 2024. Ben Affleck spooked. JLo may try to cast voodoo hexes like her first husband publicly accused. They said JLo has been embracing her spiritual side like never before as he tries to cope with her new normal post-divorce, and it's got Ben Affleck panicking that JLo may be putting a hex on him. As the messy divorce between the two drags on, JLo and Ben are hoping to sort it out and get over it quickly. They just hit a major roadblock, however, when a buyer for the marital home they had listed for $68 million pulled out of the deal at the last minute, leaving them stuck with the mansion. Now, okay, we'll get that. They have a meteor. Jennifer Garner still being a dummy for him, but who cares, right? Listen. So they're saying that JLo saw Ben and Jen looking more like a couple than a pair of exes, and that pushed the need. Who cares? Let's get into this, right? Now get this. She's shown Ben some pretty impressive skills over the years as far as predicting certain things and just her ability to manifest stuff. This is sources say of JLo's paranormal abilities. In her autobiopic, This Is Me Now, in a love story, JLo introduces her spiritual teacher, Sadhguru, leading many to believe she takes religious and spiritual practices very seriously. They say JLo wholeheartedly believes in the supernatural. You just have to watch the movie about her life she wrote and directed to see how intuitive she is. So it's pretty understandable that Ben is nervous. Now, here comes the juice, y'all. Ben wouldn't be the first to fret about it either, as the sources say JLo's first husband, Ohani Noah, has publicly accused her of casting voodoo hexes on him. Now listen, he was only married to JLo for 11 months, claimed she practices Santeria, a religion that can involve chanting, trance states, and animal sacrifices, y'all. Listen, her first husband alleges JLo used the practice to cast spells on him, as well as the former fiance Sean Diddy Combs, second husband Chris Judd, and third husband Mark Anthony. He said it might sound far-fetched and laughable, but it's got Ben a little spooked because he knows JLo believes in that sort of thing and does play around with it. He's a lot more superstitious than people think he is. He jokes about wanting to stay on her good side so she doesn't put a curse on him, but there's definitely a part of him that does believe she might have the power to do something like that. Now, let me just be straight and real with this, okay? At the end of the day, all right? At the end of the day, you know, we got to think about this because this is something that needs to be considered. Diddy, I believe, would sacrifice a pigeon. Diddy was doing who knows what, to humans. You mean to think he ain't doing anything to pigeons or doves or whatever? Of course he is. That man don't even respect human life. Please. But also, around that time, he was rolling hard with JLo. And JLo's first husband said that she is into Santeria, chantes, animal sacrifices, and all that stuff. Again, we're not debating on whether or not it works. I'm not debating on whether or not it's a valid religion. I am debating that if Diddy was into that mess back then, what the hell is this mofo up to now? What's going on? We need to actually see what was seized in the raid. They better not have a vat of quote unquote pig blood in that raid. I'm just saying. Also, why is this important? Because all jokes aside, forget about the Carrie jokes about pig blood, right? Think about it. A lot of people have been saying that one of the reasons Diddy had freak-offs is because it was harvesting of sexual energy. And if you believe in that type of stuff, the harvesting of sexual energy is some of the most powerful things you can do. Maybe Diddy's freak-offs was to do more than to serve a sick kink or fetish. Maybe he was doing it because that man thought every time he did it, it helped him grow more and more and more powerful. Funny thing is, it might have because the star kept rising and his money kept rising. Now that he's in jail, right? Now that he has no more access to harvesting that energy for free calls, if you believe this, just hear me out. It's funny that he keeps taking, he can't catch a break. And it's becoming sadder and sadder and sadder. And a man that just once ruled everything, baby, he can't do anything right. Anyway, y'all, let me know what you think in the comments. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.